So those A-frame levels, they're just, I think they're clunky. Somebody said that they used one and the wind kept blowing the string. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna do something that I found another gentleman did on his YouTube channel for marking swales, and it just makes a lot more sense to me. So if you're looking for an easier option, this is a 4-foot, just probably like a 1x2 board. It's very lightweight. I've got a level here. I've got 2 lag bolts and 2 screws. I got a couple of drills and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First thing I'm gonna do is I've already got a pilot hole drilled in each end. These are where the bolts are gonna go. Fingers crossed this doesn't split. I'm going on top of the table surface very gently. I want to feel that resistance because I don't want to drill it in any deeper. The reason that we want to have a carriage bolt or a lag bolt is because the big head on the end of that bolt is going to act as a stand. All right. So now, that's how this is going to stand up. I'm going to take my level here and position it center, and just screw these in a little ways. They don't need to go all the way through. That's just holding the level in place. All right, leg, level. Okay, so this area is a sacrifice plot. Sacrifice plot means it's where you turn out your animals, allow them to get some exercise and movement in the wintertime, and shut off access to all other pastures to maintain their integrity, and this one gets trashed. Otherwise, they would all look like this. You can see it's on a downward slope. So because there's no cover crop here, there's no forage, when it rains right now in late winter to very early spring before the plants get established, there is a ton of water runoff during heavy rainfall events. What I'm trying to do is mark my key lines. Key lines are essentially where you have a slope, it levels up just enough, and then there's another slope. Where that leveling off point is, we're gonna find that with our level. I'm gonna mark it with flags. And the reason I'm gonna do that is where the swale ditch is gonna go. So what a swale ditch is gonna do for me is we have slope, kind of level contour line, slope, right? So we have water, levelish spot, water. On that levelish spot is where I'm going to dig a small ditch called a swale. What happens is that water comes off the downhill slope, goes into that little leveled ditch, right? And that's called the swale, and that water is going to be held there. And that way the land has more time to absorb it. It'll slowly seep into the ground around it rather than just constantly running off down the slope. So that's what I'm doing here. We're going to try and slow the water and catch the water. So a close-up of my tool here, so you can see I've got the carriage bolt on each end, or lag bolt, I don't know, I can't remember which is which. And then I've got my level at the top, and essentially we're just gonna pick a spot here to start. Just find the level spot and mark it. I see that there's a soggy patch before me here, which means there needs to be a ditch, a swale ditch, to catch that water to keep it from getting soggy over here, you know, uphill. So that's where I'm gonna start. Okay, so you see what I'm doing here? I'm marking it with flags, and I'm looking for the center measurement of the level. See? The center one, that bubble needs to be in the middle. Now on the end here, you see how there's like a tuft of earth here? Obviously, I'm not gonna set it up there. So where that bubble was level, put my second flag, shift the tool over. That becomes my starting point. And notice that's how I found my second point. Okay, so you can see behind me, I ran out of dog electric fence flags. And so now I've moved on to bamboo poles from the garden. That's all right, they'll get pulled eventually. But yeah, this is just, I love this because honestly, like it's not where you would think it would be. And once this is all done and I get an aerial photo, it's gonna look pretty cool. It's just a really organic line that is actually gonna shape the way the water flows downhill here. So I think this level is definitely the way to go, at least for me. It's not as bulky as that A-frame monstrosity.